Guard, 6'6", number 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Happy Friday night, everyone. Time to kick off the weekend with the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder here at their home, Paycom Center. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Looking now at some numbers for him.
And over the last 10 games, he's been hitting the boards hard. He's been a different guy when it comes to rebounding. Out there battling and fighting. It's great to see that kind of hustle.
So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. Smith out there with Buzelis. Then it's Trey Jones. Then there's Okoro. And it's Giddey in at the shooting guard. And for the Thunder, two big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 slot. You look at this on paper, and it feels like one-way traffic, Doris. Could this be a trap game?
It sort of has that feeling, B.A. A big underdog going against the big-time favorite. But here's why we play the game. Any given night in this league, anything can happen.
Here's Smith. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey.
Boy, that's a high percentage look by Jalen Smith. Exactly what you want your big man to create.
Kicks it out to Holmgren. 4-3, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Up top, Smith. Left side, Giddey. From down in the low post, it goes. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
And Chicago has possession. The Thunder making their last shot. Here's Giddey. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
So out of the gates, 3 for 3, exactly what they're looking for.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one drops for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket on the night.
One of the great strengths in SGA's game, the ability to maintain control and finish through contact.
Jones, the pass to Smith. Fires the 3, gets the 3 ball to go. Smith's got 5.
Well, they were looking for a fast start, and they have been perfect from the tip.
Here's SGA. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
I tell you, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting it done inside. So crafty with his footwork and ability to get shots.
Back to Giddey. Over Dort. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hartenstein. And here's a look at the rookies who have performed the best on offense since the All-Star break. Racking up the points. Second, Matas Buzelis.
He's looked anything but a rookie. The game is coming naturally to him, and he's just picking his spots and capitalizing on offense.
Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. We've got 1:28 left in the first. Smith with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, Giddey. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. The Thunder have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. A 6'8" point guard. Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. ready for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. Joe's checked in for Jalen Williams. And Mitchell subbed in for SGA. Then for Chicago, Simons comes in for Okoro. And it's Colin Sexton in for Jones. "55 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Buzelis. Now Smith. Now Giddey. 4 on the clock. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Buzelis' shot is good.
And he doesn't waste any time at all. Buzelis got the ball and just attacked right away.
Wallace outside. From deep, Mitchell. Chicago with a rebound. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside. Here's Buzelis. And he jams it home with authority.
Okay now, Rook. Buzelis showing he can finish with some power.
And here's Wallace. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. There's the triple. And he can't get that one. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Bulls. They lead by 3. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen here from the Bulls tonight?
Well, they clearly came into this game focused on sharing the ball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
We've got Chet Holmgren, Mitchell out there with Isaiah Joe. Then it's Williams, and it's Wallace in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Now here's Simons doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game. Outside Sexton, over Mitchell. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Well, that's surprising. This guy is a good mid-range shooter, just can't get it to go.
When it comes to the scoring ability of Chet Holmgren, there's a lot to talk about, Doris.
Oh, come on, B.A. This guy is 7'1" and a sweet shooter from long range. He can put it on the deck and get to the mid-range. He can finish at the rim. Oh, my goodness, look out.
Yabusele. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Yabusele's got his first points of the night.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. SGA comes in for Mitchell. Then for Chicago, Okoro is checked in for Simons. Giddey comes in for Ivey. And it's Tre Jones in for Sexton. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 1. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
Yeah, it was a tough one to watch. There were some bright moments, but ultimately their mistakes caught up with them.
To be perfectly frank with you, I'm surprised it was as close as it was. I thought they were outclassed all night.
And it sure seems like post play has evolved quite a bit over the past decade or two.
It really has. I mean, there aren't many big men who operate only on the low block anymore. But if they do, they're considered throwbacks.
And the 3 is good, and the foul. This could turn into a 4-point play.
That's a guy who's willing to mix it up offensively and draw the contact and get that opportunity for the old-fashioned N1. We see you, Josh Giddey.
Smith, he's checked in for Chicago. Well, Grant, you look up and down this Thunder roster, it is just loaded with winning players.
Yeah, B.A. Guys who are going to make the right play, defend their spot, move without the ball. I mean, they've built something special in OKC. Piece by piece.
Chicago has gone 3 of 4 from distance in this game. Jones, the pass to Smith. That's good, and it's Jones with the assist. Smith's got 7 points in the game.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Outside, SGA. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Look at Shea playing big inside.
Oh, my goodness. How good was that move by Shea, creating a bucket?
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Oklahoma City is not the biggest town, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, "Me personally, the market doesn't matter. I love the people in the organization and the people around me, and those are the things that matter. I go to work every single day with a smile on my face." Guys, back over to you.
A great organization. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
It's simple. Your defense has to be razor sharp on the road. You really want to take the crowd out of the game. Easier said than done.
And I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
For Oklahoma City, Isaiah Hartenstein's checked in for Chet Holmgren. Lou Dort comes in for Wallace, and Mitchell subbed in for Joe. And a change for the Bulls. Booz Ellis is checked in for Miller. .56 seconds left in the second period. Outside Jones. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Smith. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Hartenstein. Pass to Williams. Outside, SGA. A big triple. Gilgeous-Alexander.
You love how fast Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets into that shooting motion. As soon as it touches his hands, it is ready to go.
Jones feels it out. To end the run. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
The officials were right on top of that one.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Jones. The Thunder making a switch here. Jones hits them both. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's the Thunder. They lead by 1. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Mark Daigneault. Coach, how are you feeling about the offensive performance in that first half?
Pretty good. Obviously, we got to get them under control on the defensive end. I thought they played in a pretty good rhythm, but I thought our energy was good. I mean, we got to stack some stops first. We got to get them out of rhythm, but I thought our offense was pretty good. We moved the ball, we played the way we want to play.
You have to set the tone next. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, coin toss. In fact, I'm going to make a prediction. This game goes to the last shot.
Jetstradamus. We're going to have to keep a tally of the predictions by you two. And shifting gears, back to the half we just watched. SGA, outstanding.
His performance in the first half, Diesel approved. Plays physical, Diesel approved. Doing most of his damage right at the rim, of course, Diesel approved.
Diesel approved defense. The praise doesn't come any higher than that. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
I'll tell you what, he's still working on his playmaking skills, but he's been tremendous so far in finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
Here's SGA. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. They've got Josh Giddey, Buzelis out there with Isaac Okoro. Then it's Tre Jones, and it's Smith in at the center, filling out the middle.
Well, this is what Isaiah Hartenstein does, right? He just keeps working on the glass. Both ends, nicely done.
Smith finds Giddey, back to Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Boy, he may not be the biggest center in this league, but big-time athleticism on display.
Jones against SGA. Outside, Williams. And there's the screen. Clock at 6. Dort for 3. Pure from three-point range. So Dort's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Jones against SGA. Pass to Smith. Now Giddey. Smith with a screen on Dort. From deep, Giddey. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Oh, my goodness. Off his feet in a hurry. You love to see Jalen Smith play with aggression in the paint.
And the Thunder were already a tough defensive unit, Doris. Went out and got more stoppers last season in Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso.
It is a prerequisite for Mark Daigneault that you be able to guard your backside off on the defensive end. They lean into their strengths. They were the best of the West in 2024, and then you go out and get better. That front office is first level good. So good.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, arguably the most feared slasher in the game. Teammate Jalen Williams said, quote, everybody knows what he's going to do, and he's still able to get to spots on a consistent basis. SGA paused a beat before bluntly saying, I get to the rim on anybody. Back to you.
A nightmare to contain. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Williams. Chicago grabs the miss. Smith's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Jones. For the lead. The Thunder with the rebound. Williams into the lane. And Williams punches it home.
Wow, what a move by Jalen Williams. Offensively, he just has the whole package.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. For Oklahoma City, Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wallace comes in for Holmgren, and Joe subbed in for Dort. Then for Chicago, Yabusele comes in for Smith, and Simon has subbed in for Giddey. There's a minute 12 left in the third. Pass to Buzelis. Simons, right side. Goes up from the block. Joe grabs the miss.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Down low. Here's Williams. And he banks in the layup. Now it's a 6-point Thunder lead.
Boy, Jalen Williams is a tough guy who can make some tough shots. That one heavily contested.
There's a screen. Okoro on the wing. From outside the arc. Knocks down the long J. Okoro's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Gilgeous-Alexander against Jones. Joe misses. The Bulls trail by 3. Pass to Buzelis. Simons outside. Out to the right wing. 3-pointer, Buzelis. The shot misses. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Thunder out in front, up 3. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Mitchell out there with Isaiah Joe. Then it's Jalen Williams. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Wallace in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
This guy is quickly developing into an outstanding playmaker, Josh Giddey. Nice setup.
And Giddey has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. It's a 1-point game. Their next game is at FedEx Forum in Memphis for a matchup with the Grizzlies. That'll be the 3rd stop of this 4-game trip. Now here's Yabusele. 6 to shoot. Pass to Giddey. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And for Oklahoma City, they're shooting the ball at 60%, an excellent average. To the inside. And there's a 3-second violation.
Oh, in a close game like this, that is the kind of mental lapse you have to avoid.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Substitution here for Oklahoma City. Isaiah Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Wallace. Lou Dort, he's checked in for Joe. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Mitchell. So Chicago going with an almost entire new group here. Smith, he's checked in for Yabusele. Buzelis comes in for Miller. Okoro is checked in for Simons. And it's Jones in for Sexton. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. And Coach challenged the team, asking them to bring the fight inside, telling them to play with pride, telling the team, you're getting bullied near the hoop. Let's see if it works, guys.
And Allie, thanks. Now here's SGA. Outside Dort. Here's the pass to Williams. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Jones rips down the board. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Now Giddey to take the lead. Can't get it to go.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. He's got to work for better looks.
Holmgren with a big reach.
These moments are important for Holmgren's development. He needs to keep sinking those big-time shots.
Dort against Giddey. Jones outside. Smith outside to tie it up. Not that time.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's SGA. Williams outside. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Giddey. Bulls trail by 3. 1:11 left in the 4th quarter. No! They're unable to get the tying basket there. Now SGA. Outside Holmgren. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Holmgren. Shoots a 3. Oh, the long ball from Holmgren.
Well, the very definition of a stretch big, right? Chet Holmgren comes in with the reputation as a spacer.
Crucial possession right here.
The crowd is on edge.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And they go to the intentional foul.
First team foul.
And here's SGA. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points. And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for two.
Shoot two.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Oh, the first of two, no good. A heartbreaker. That's off as well, so he misses both. What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
At the line for your Thunder.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
What I love about Jalen Williams, he makes his presence felt on the game. Athleticism, tireless work ethic, and offensive skills that are just blossoming with each repetition.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. They're down by 8. All right, guys, what's your take?
Too little, too late. Making a change won't save them now.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way. Boy, good heads-up basketball from Isaac Okoro. He spots a ready shooter and gets him the basketball.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Just step to the line with confidence, and this young man delivers. Nicely done.
It's good from beyond the arc.
Guys, there is no doubting the passing ability of Josh Giddey. Pretty look.
And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Good on the first, and that puts them up 5. And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
He snuffs out any comeback hopes with an impressive performance at the line.
Giddey fires. Oh, missed on the tray. So we see Oklahoma City get the win here. Boy, they didn't make it easy.